Warning. Be prepared. There are hamsters in this video. If this worries you, frightens you, or disgusts you, turn away now. The hamsters are not going away.
I am almost 53. I'm an Air Force veteran and I'm disabled. My wife died a little over a year ago, so I'm the 52-year-old disabled widower, United States Air Force medical pot-using veteran. Not only that, I stay home and I game all day and I love hamsters. You know what that means? No matter what, I am the internet's dorky grandpa. Glad to meet ya. Hope you stay.
Well, howdy, howdy, howdy. Nearly senior citizen here with a SITREP, HAMSTREP. Figure enough little things have happened that some stuff you might be curious about, some stuff you may not be curious about, some stuff you probably don't give a rat's flaming, trying to be polite, child friendly, give a flat rat's flaming blue mouth about it. And I say that because I went and ate a bunch of candy and now I'm blue. Am I blue? I get paid this upcoming Wednesday. I wonder if blue would be a good color for my beard. Because I'm going to get a dye. I'm going to dye it this bit. Also, today I tried hash for the first time. Wow, that's kind of cool. It's very, very different from like just regular pot. Much, much different mental effect and much, much different physical effect. Felt pretty good physically and felt good mentally. But boy, it became hard to talk. I couldn't string words together. It was quite interesting. About the same price as regular pot. Don't know. Might buy it in the future. It worked real good for killing pain. So, who knows? There was a couple different types. And, so, I had to go to the dispensary today, and I picked up some Gorilla Glue, which is, oh my gosh, that is pungent stuff. It was inside of a plastic Ziploc that was inside of a paper bag, which was stapled and then sealed shut. And then I left that in my van for like an hour. When I came back to the van and opened up the door, whoa! Just a mega potent smell of Gorilla Glue came rolling out of the van. Like, that is powerful, pungent stuff. And it was super sticky. Oh, man. And then there's some kind of raspberry. I can't even remember. And it's across the street, so it was okay. Not like Gorilla Glue. Wow. Then you add Gorilla Glue with a whole bunch of keef and a bunch of oil and then some hash, and then you smoke all that. That was pretty cool. Very enjoyable experience. Lasted for hours. In fact, it's only now. It was about 4 o'clock when we smoked, and it's only now that my back is really starting to hurt again. So I'm going to have to go medicate again soon. I mean, that was good 4 hours and some just on that one bowl. I mean, that's a lot of pain killing. Whereas if I want to stay pain free with regular pot, I got to smoke about once per hour. I don't complain about that. I don't mind smoking it. It's not like smoking tobacco. It's not actually that bad for you. I mean, it's an irritant. Happy days. But other than that, it's not like it's gonna kill you. And especially me. I mean, if it takes 20 years to develop lung cancer and die of it, well, in 20 years I'll be like 72. And average lifespan for a male in America, a male, I hate that. There's what I learned in the Air Force, there's not male and female, because you refer to male and female, it's like male what? A female what? You're talking about not males and females, you're talking about men and women. Male and female just refers to genders, and half the planet, more than half the planet, I mean, they're not just us, but that's half the planet. Trillions of creatures on the planet are male, trillions of creatures are female. Don't just say males in this corner, because that ain't gonna happen. It's men and women. But anyway, now I've lost what I was talking about. Oh, yeah, that's the plot story. One thing that happened that's made me kind of sad, I've lost the instruction manual for one of my board games, and that kind of irritates me because I don't lose these things, especially I make a super special effort to keep all the parts together. Somebody, not in a bad way, meaning to do anything horrible, picked it up and walked away and set it down somewhere, or something like that. Or it ended up in the Castle Panic box, which my nephew borrowed and hasn't returned yet, which isn't a bad thing. I mean, I'm hoping that on Friday he and his friends played it again. I want it to be of use. Okay, so that's the board game thing. Yeah, if I can't find the instructions, that's a $40 game down the toilet. And it's the Betrayal at the House on the Hill. And that's a freaking awesome game. I gotta find those instructions. And then there's this here. You see the way my hand is pulling forward like that? You can see it's not straight. This is straight. And, you know, if I could keep my hand straight, it would be like this. But the minute, of course, I let go, it's like that, and it begins pulling forward. It's pulling inward really hard, irritating inside here and irritating here more than normal. I've got to call them back on Monday again. They were supposed to call me to make an appointment so I could see the occupational therapist, so I could get refitted, so I could get a proper size brace. They haven't called me. I've got troubles. But I know they don't care. They've got so many people that they can, but so that's irritating and bad. And oh yeah, it's the numbness is up further. It's made its way up to here, so there's more damage being done. And I know this because of what's going on the other side. That side, the pain got better but never went away. It never stopped hurting, but the severity went down to the point that, you know, I could tell that, oh, that hurts. It doesn't hurt a lot. I can even ignore it and forget that it's there, but it's pain. Right down there underneath my shoulder blade, where right now it's less a hot poker against, you know, my back, and more like a razor down there, just cutting a cold line. That's just the way it feels. So I don't know how else to describe it. I wish my mouth wasn't blue. I'm gonna have to mosaic my mouth or something. Just because everyone's gonna fixate on that the way I'm fixating on it. I mean, I even brushed. That's the thing. I got an electric toothbrush and I scrubbed my mouth. I'm still blue. Oh, but anyway, this side, I set my arm on my table today and I leaned down and braced myself, and then went down below the table to grab something on the floor. With this side, this hand, I can go like that to grab stuff. So it's like something that I've got this much grip I can grab, and I was reaching down to grab like that, and I got down about that far, bent arm, and I could feel what felt like running all the way through the arm down, like inside, and it was hot and cold at the same time. Didn't really hurt, was just more of a slight feeling, but I didn't have the strength in this side that I had. I had to quickly brace myself otherwise and then stand up because I was going to go womp thump. It was just going. And then earlier today I was reaching for something and I've lost just regular strength. Not much. Maybe 10% right now, but I can feel it. My arm just feels heavy all the time, and it's got that slight loss of strength. Now, I called someone up, and I've got an appointment on the 3rd again to go to the VA and get x-rays, because where the pain is there in the intercostals, which is the muscles between your ribs, and then in that intercostal area between the ribs, and as close as it is to my spine, my physical massage therapist says you're going to go get x-rays to rule out something bad, because otherwise I can't work on you because I could do horrible damage if there's something bad. So I got to make sure there's nothing really bad going on, because hey, I'm losing this side, I've lost a lot of this side, and there's something. So, I mean, I got spinal involvement. It's up here is where this stuff happening, and your neck. On a normal sitting up straight person, you know, your back curves like this, your ribs were here, so your spine curves like that with your ribs here, and then your neck. And then it's a curve like that for your neck. Mine comes like this. I don't curve upward, I shoot out like that. Everything is a mess. It's all my muscles and all that. It's ripped everything out of place and out of whack. So I'm only hoping that something ain't going to happen and I end up just suddenly going thump to the ground, or just suddenly wonk both arms, or something even worse. So that's happy days. Thirsty. I wanted to save what I feel is this shows my warped perspective. Here I am. I'm looking at the possibility with possible spinal involvement of, you know, paralysis of at least some of my limbs. And what I say is the most important thing I saved for last. And what is the most important thing? Well, it's a hamster. See this little guy? Guess who that is? This little guy is that one that I was convinced was going to die just a few days ago. I forgot about the recuperative powers of hamsters. And oddly enough, that's true. My in-law, brother-in-law, he had gotten a hamster like 2009 or so from us, and it got loose, and a dog got it back, a different dog from way back then, and it ripped the hamster apart. The skin, I'd forgotten, was torn up even worse on his hamster Buddy than it had this thing here. Buddy was in such bad shape it made this guy look like he's just had a scratch. And he pulled through like a dream. This little guy, all it took was just that one afternoon of being kept by himself. The skin has adhered back together and dried, and then of course all the little fibers that come in our blood knitted it together, and the scab has become a home stitch. It's stitched all the way across. It's clean, it's healing, it's definitely blocking anything from getting inside to make him sick. I've been giving him a ton of water, ton of food, because you need to eat to heal. Something I need to remember. Anorexia is not good in that fashion either. If you don't eat enough, you fall into what's known as a negative nitrogen balance. And if you're in a negative nitrogen balance, you just plain stop healing. You could cut your skin right here. I could cut, if I was in a negative nitrogen balance, I could cut myself with a razor. And it would just open up and stay open. And never go together, ever, until I started eating enough to get into a positive nitrogen balance, at which point, zoop, it would heal up like normal. So that's why I'm giving him tons of food and water. Well, water because I want to make sure that he didn't dehydrate with all the extra water vapor loss through the wound. But he just spent a couple hours doing very, very quiet things, sitting in a corner by himself because he was terrified and he was hurting. But then the next day, he started moving around carefully and slowly, and now he's all just running around. I mean, you'd never know that he's been hurt. Now he's very skittish, and I don't blame him. I mean, I'm only going to very gently. Okay. Earlier, he was to the point that Brian reached in, picked him up, put him on his arm, and then just held him there, and then picked him back up and put him back inside. And he just acted calm and in control like any of the others when I picked them up. Now he's just gone back to being very skittish. So I'm not going to try and pick him up anymore. I just wanted to show you the skittishness at that point. I hadn't realized he'd gone back to being skittish again. So that's the HAMSTREP and that's the SITREP, except I want you also to watch this. I'm sincerely hoping that from the activities you see before you, that the issue shall be more baby hamsters. For as you can see, Chipmunk 1, that while not from the side, Bobo, she doesn't get a chance to escape. But then she has a genetic imperative to not escape. You can see my elbow. I'm having to hold cords in the air. Look at that expression on her face. I don't know what that expression means. Is that terror or boredom on her little face? No, Bobo. You get back to work. The minute you stop with her, she's going to start turning into a regular hamster again and start trying to escape and running around. And then I'm not going to be able to zoom in on her face. While Bobo is violating her. He's not violating her, but he is ravaging her. Look at that expression on her face. Is that ecstasy or boredom? Probably neither. Hamsters don't have a whole ton of brain activity anyway. Come on, Bobo. Get back to work. Come on. Oh, there you go. She thought she could escape, and as it turns out, Bobo is insatiable. Bobo never gives up. Bobo always wants more. Bobo is never satisfied. Bobo always wants more. Bobo always wants more. Now she's back to being a sofa with a... She's kind of like the hamster version of a fleshlight, except she's alive. Bobo don't care. All he knows is it looks right, it smells right, time to go to work. He's got hamster batter to deliver. So, if you like what you've seen, boom chicka bow bow. But Bobo wasn't done, because Bobo always wants more. Bobo always wants more. Yeah. Don't anyone downvote that for standards. I mean, come on. It's just hamsters. You can't even see it. Anyway. So that's been the SITREP. That's been the HAMSTREP. It's been about 20 minutes. That's about all I got to say. So things are going good with a little Hamatron, and bad with my nerves and my arms and stuff, and neutral with just about everything else. So if you liked what you've seen, like what you've heard, if you could toss me a like, that'd be awesome. If you could sub to the channel, I would love it. And I know that you'd like it too. Oh, I was going to say something witty and then I lost it. Oh well. So much for being witty, huh? Then if you could share the video, I'm sure there's somebody out there that might want to learn about, I was going to call him Buddy. His name's not Buddy. My daughter's named him. I can't remember what she named him. I know that. I decided to slip my finger. Then there's leave a comment. Give me any comment, that'd be great. I appreciate all of them, and I wish I could remember your name. This is what Vibro does. I remember that you're talking, and I've been talking with you about the hamster and the hamster care, but as it turned out, hamsters surprised us both. Which I shouldn't have been surprised about, because I'd already known that. Let's see, then there's, you could follow some links down in the show more description about whatever it's called, I always forget. It's various links down there, you can check them out. And then if you had spare cash, toss it in my direction. If you want them, you don't have to, of course not. And then there is, I want you to continue being the great human being that you are. And I know that you're a great human being. Well, how could I know that you're a great human being? Simple, because you're watching my videos. And now that you're watching my videos, I want to say thank you very, very much for doing so. It is just so bloody awesome. Bloody awesome. It's just so bloody awesome that you're watching my stuff. Thank you so very, very much, all of you. And I will see you on the flip side. No, really, I will. Mannequin time. Oh my god, I gotta end this somehow. Help me.